Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to Sales Remastered. This is Daniel. I'm your host, and today is a special day. It is February 14th, 2018. Put it down in the books. It's been one straight year. This video is actually, I believe, 309 on the YouTube channel. I want to say there's at least 200 on Facebook. And what's funny about it is that of the 309, there's probably actually maybe 50, 60 more that I never uploaded, that I never actually put on. And it's because during the early part, I would say maybe around March of 2017, within the first 30, 45 days of inception, I was my worst critic. Man, I was my worst critic. Like any little thing, like any little mix up, if I felt I said 9 times versus 7, I would have taken that video down, or I just wouldn't have never uploaded it. It literally agonized and killed me. And even like case in point, it still does today, a year later. For example, yesterday, some of you may have caught that video that I had listed. I was like, how to become better faster, or how to be a better LO faster, right? And I shared a story about Gus and Billy. It was so improv and so off the hip. It was a good story. It had good content, but I kept intermixing the names together. And so, long story short, is the whole episode, besides giving Sales Remastered the 1-year shout out, happy birthday to you, SR. And I wanted to illustrate, point out, you know, the journey itself always starts somewhere. It always starts small. You're gonna mess up. You're gonna embarrass yourself sometimes. You're going to leave yourself prone for other people's perception, for other people's opinion. But what truly matters is your own. What truly matters is that you understand and are confident that you are bringing value to those that are in your circle. And when you become the stronger influence, the stronger energy, the more positive mindset and view on how things can and should be done, you influence those around you. And if I have helped you within the last year become that influencer within your circle, I know I'm giving value. That is value. There are plenty of influencers and channels now that social media, YouTube and Facebook is just becoming more and more explosive with video content. There are characters that'll make you laugh. There are characters that will make you go awe because, let's say, for example, Grant Cardone now has I think he's working on his 4th jet. There are a lot of salesmen right now that follow Grant Cardone and want to invest $500 million in real estate. I have no hate towards that. But where I'm getting at is that you have to climb and earn yourself to get to that level. Otherwise, it's just noise. It's no different than watching reality TV like you're watching The Challenge on MTV. Speaking of which, shout out to Dario. Dario, man, if you're watching this right now, was wild as you know, me and my wife were a fan of The Challenge, and you know, I think right now is the Vendetta. And we'll watch it. So we've always followed, you know, the Real World and Road Rules Challenge, and it's evolved. Now I see, you know, people are bringing in other reality stars. But just a side note, quick side note, is we've always been a fan. Dario on that show, if you guys watch that show MTV, The Challenge, and I'm not sure what season Dario came from, but Dario is one of the characters. I don't think he's on this season, but nonetheless, Dario reached out to me, right, and he sent me this message, tagged me inside of his story, gave me a shout out, you know, told some of the people to follow me on his storyline, and I got tagged. I pulled it up, and I'm like, oh, you know, maybe I wanted to check out his profile, and it turned out he had like 150,000 followers, or like close to 200,000 followers, and I'm like, damn, who's this, you know? And then it said TV personality, and right when I saw his picture, I'm like, dude looks familiar. What was, you know? So I'm running through, because it said TV personality, so I'm running through every movie, every commercial, every show, and it didn't dawn on me until last week. I was like, dude, that's Dario from from MTV The Challenge. Anyway, shout out to you, bruh. I appreciate you acknowledging me, and that is a testament of how random and how far of a reach that social media has. And so over the course of the last year, you may have been watching this channel and saying, why is Daniel giving all of this information? And now that you've been patient enough for a year, I wanted to tell you. I want to tell you that it is because you are watching me build a brand. And if I can influence you and show you step by step on how to create and establish your own brand, whether your brand has anything to do with real estate loans, with information, with operating technology, learning a basic skill or a hobby, right? There's something that you know about, that you're craftful with, that you're an expert in, and that you are passionate about. You now have 365 days to look back and determine if whether or not you sense I'm passionate about closing. I'm passionate about persuasion, and I'm passionate about making a transaction that keeps the whole world spinning. I'm so passionate that I share this information with you, and it's become an outlet for me, an outlet for my aggression, an outlet for my creativity, and an outlet for me to give back to the community that pushed my family so much higher. And even though to this day I reach into the same exact fucking drama and levels that we all come across. That was my first curse word into 1 year, and I promise I'll work on my cursing. But meanwhile, since I'm not monetizing this brand, all I'm really doing is just practicing. I want to give you a taste of myself and even see how my rhythm flows up and down. It's just to transfer the emotional state that I'm in. And when I get through to you and I reach and I penetrate and I grow my brand and my channel and my following and my audience, I hope and I only pray that one day I get to meet you. I genuinely hope that I get to earn the right, just like Dario gave me a shout out on his story. I'm hoping that you can find the time to give me a shout out today. Put me on your story, put me on your feed, and highlight and share this link to your social media. Wish Sales Remastered a happy birthday. If over the last year you picked up one technique, 2, 3, 4, or 5, if I've given you enough motivation to get through that fucking day, that's 2, get through that horrible day or that dramatic episode within your day, if I've helped you figure out a new way to give the same message with less resistance so you can earn an extra sale, an extra tier, an extra couple hundred, a couple $1,000 for that month to provide and support your family with and pay your bills and keep your lights on. If Sales Remastered has ever done that for you, all I ask you for you in return is give Sales Remastered a present. Do me a favor, copy this link. If you haven't subscribed, do so now. And share the video link on your social feed, whether it's LinkedIn, Facebook, or an email to your group. Send an email from the blog to maybe someone who's struggling on your team, or someone who's looking for motivation, or for a mentor, or for a character to listen to in the morning on their way to work, to put them in that right frame of mind. And if I can help you and your group and everyone starts enjoying themselves, because in all honesty, sales is probably the absolute best industry to be in my opinion, because it doesn't show any, it's not biased to your background. It's not requiring you to have a medical degree or a college degree. It's not requiring anything more from you than creativity and grit. Fortunately, I'm blessed with a lot of both. And so I'm going to share with you in this series, or in this channel, of how to dig that out of yourself. Now, here's a funny fact is I don't think I've shared this with you, and if I have, then I'm gonna share it again. But in person, in real life, if you get to meet me, I'm about as introverted as they come. I'm focused and I'm quiet, but I'm methodical and I'm strategic. I watch and I observe. I talk a lot when there's something that I know a lot about, and I'm confident and I enjoy it. That's sales. This is why I put on the camera, and I've tried and I've practiced, and I become more and more comfortable with being on the camera, with improving information, with not saying so many times. Now I'm working on I'll catch myself saying like a good 900 times. But that just fills in the white noise. And what I've learned that over the year, because I've been able to step out of my comfort zone and put myself prone and leave myself open where 99% of the rest of the world would never consider doing that. They would never consider doing that because they're subject to be judged, criticized, and ridiculed. They're prone to become like a clown. Like they could be made fun of. They don't want their parents, their friends, their spouse, their co-workers, their colleagues, their subordinates, their management to look down on them, to look at them in a different way. And I want to tell you, I know exactly how that feels. To this day, to some degree, I still kind of feel that way. But at the end of the day, I think what does speak louder are your actions. As long as your intention is true and you are genuine with your craft, then I think that you can go a long way. You can outgrow that fear. And so what you've seen me do over the course of the last year is overcome that fear. Now I'm at least comfortable enough to get on camera at any given time. I'm not picking myself apart. I'm not critiquing myself, but more importantly, I'm coming through more effectively with my tone, more effectively with my choice of words, and my scripting almost sounds like it's written. But it's all because I've practiced my craft. I've stepped out of my my comfort zone, and you've seen me mess up, slip up, and I've probably downright said too many curse words on some episodes, but what you can't say is I wasn't being myself. What you can't say is I didn't make time to study this craft. What you can't say is that I came up with an excuse as to why I can't learn this trade, why I cannot learn this skill, why I cannot practice this skill. You found me make time because I make the time in commute from the gym or in commute to work. So during that intermediate time, instead of spending it listening to a song or smoking a cigarette or talking on the phone about randomness or listening to a podcast about sports, I'm dedicating that time in that little 15 to 20 minute window towards improving my craft. Throughout the rest of the day, on any given break, I'm also going to dedicate some time on writing up my blog. And then I'm going to share and also manage all of my media content channels. Sales Remastered right now is just me and an assistant that lives out in Pakistan. And I pay him $3 an hour. He makes these wonderful memes. If you want to see his work, go to if you can go to SalesRemastered.com. Any picture up there is pretty much the work of my VA. VA is a virtual assistant. But if you haven't checked out the memes yet on the Instagram, go to Instagram.com/Sales Remastered. Of course, I'll leave a link below this video. And as I mentioned, man, now that it's been 1 year, I'm happy. So happy birthday, Sales Remastered. And I'll open up more and more on what the actual real name of Sales Remastered was supposed to be. It's supposed to be Telesales Remastered. Talk about niche, right? Niche. But, I'm glad it's been 1 year, and now it's all about thinking how to monetize this channel. And so that's what I'm going to do. Please leave your comments below. Let me know over the last year, what was your favorite video? What was your favorite lesson? What was your takeaway? What do you like? Do you notice that now I only use 2 curse words as opposed to 19? And I'm going to work on that because my whole goal is to create a brand. And my first year was just to get comfortable. So I was showing you my true self. I may have a dirty choice of words, but it was me. It was me trying to find a way to emphasize the emotion that I had behind the message. And I do understand, because I don't curse with my clients, that I can create the same delivery and impact without using a curse word. And I'm gonna work on that now. And my first year, if anything, it helped me bring attention. You know what I mean? If anything, I was gonna be that one Asian, the uber cursing mentor, and the bare minimum. And I'm interested to see what's gonna happen in the second year for Sales Remastered. And I appreciate all of your attention. If this is your first time watching, please take a look around, look at the channels, look at all the links below this video, check out the script. Feel free to email me anytime, help@salesremastered.com, and check out the video that's going to be released later on today. It's going to be about, it's really going to be about how to pick up on retention leads and how to call on leads that the previous agent could not sell. So basically, you become the closer coming in and saving those deals, whether it's for your team or for some Shark Tank or for you to pick up an extra couple business. I'm gonna keep delivering that gold content so that you can use it as a stepping stone to get to the next level that you want to be. And I'll see you at the top and the next video. Bye.